Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is Guntur Medical College, Department of Anatomy. In this dissection video, I will demonstrate the model of the pelvic diaphragm and what are perineal pouches. So this is what I am holding is the bony pelvis. So this bony pelvis here above is continuous, this bony pelvis, and the pelvis is continuous above with the abdominal content. So the student should understand there is no division between the abdominal cavity and the pelvic organs or the pelvis. So there is no division or no diaphragm. But the pelvic outlet, you are seeing I have prepared one paper closing this pelvic outlet. This is the pelvic diaphragm. So are you understanding? You have to imagine this is the pelvic diaphragm made of two muscles, levator ani and coccygeus. The coccygeus is the posterior part and the levator ani is the anterior part of the muscle. Levator ani consists of pubococcygeus and iliococcygeus. So this will be the coccygeus muscle. The students can understand the pubococcygeus will take origin from this lateral wall, from the obturator fascia, and this pubococcygeus from the body of the pubis. So all this will be pubococcygeus and iliococcygeus will go around this rectum, anal canal, and also the urinary bladder. So what are the pelvic contents here present? In the front you will have the urinary bladder, in the posterior side you will have the rectum, in the female uterus in the middle. So the student should understand this pelvic diaphragm bears the weight of all the pelvic organs in the standing position. So all this pelvic diaphragm go around this urinary bladder, rectum and anal canal, and they go for insertion like this. They will be called as puborectalis, puboanalis, so that they will be inserted lastly. So what is this pelvic diaphragm? I have demonstrated a little. You can dissect in the cadaver so that you can understand. To dissect the pelvic diaphragm, you have to remove all the pelvic organs, then you can understand the pelvic diaphragm. Now in this video, I will demonstrate what is perineum and what are the divisions of the perineum. The part below the pelvic diaphragm will be called as perineum. So now you can understand pelvic diaphragm is in between pelvic cavity and this is the perineum. So this is perineum and this is pelvic cavity, and pelvic diaphragm is in between the pelvic cavity and the perineum. What is perineum? Another definition is structures occupying the pelvic outlet will be called as perineum. So what are the boundaries of the pelvic outlet? You should know. This is the pubic symphysis in the front. On each side ischiopubic rami and the ischial tuberosities, and this is the ischial spine. Behind is the coccyx. So this part is this pelvic outlet, structures occupying the pelvic outlet below the pelvic diaphragm. This is pelvic diaphragm, that will be called as perineum. In this, for descriptive purposes, we can divide this perineum into two triangles by an imaginary line joining the ischial tuberosities. This will be called as anal triangle and the front will be called as the urogenital triangle. So this anal triangle will be pierced in the middle by the anal canal, so that they will open into the anal orifice, and behind we will have the anococcygeal raphe. So and between this urogenital triangle and the anal triangle, in the middle line we will have the perineal body. So the gynecologists tell this perineal body as the perineum. For them, that is the definition. So in this video I will not demonstrate much about this anal triangle. I will try to explain mainly the two pouches in the urogenital triangle. Are you saying this is the superficial perineal pouch? So the pouch is here, the superficial perineal pouch. The student should think that this is the superficial perineal pouch. I will explain now. So this region, if you are dissecting the skin, superficial fascia, then after that, what is this fascia? You are seeing this is the fascia collis. So this is the fascia of the collis, and next to that, if you dissect, you will have the perineal membrane. So we have to consider this as the perineal membrane and this as the collis fascia. So the space between these two, what are the two? Collis fascia and the perineal membrane. That will be called as the superficial perineal pouch. So now the forceps is in the superficial perineal pouch. If you see the pouch, behind it is closed. Behind it is closed by the fusion of the Colles fascia and the perineal membrane. In front it is open with this. In the anterior abdominal wall we have the superficial inguinal space. So this superficial perineal pouch is in front, it is continuous with the superficial inguinal space. So I have roughly told the boundaries of the superficial perineal pouch. In our channel we have the perineal pouches theory part detailed video. You go through it, then you can understand. For understanding the pouches I have demonstrated this model. So next to the superficial perineal pouch, what you are saying, this is the deep perineal pouch. This deep perineal pouch, if you see, superficially we will have the perineal membrane, deep we will have the inferior fascia of the urogenital diaphragm. Otherwise, this deep perineal pouch with the superior layer and inferior layer of the fascia will be totally called as urogenital diaphragm. I think I have clarified. So this superior layer of urogenital diaphragm is otherwise called as perineal membrane, and this is the inferior layer of the urogenital diaphragm. Contents will be called, the space will be called as deep perineal space. Together with the fascia will be called as the urogenital diaphragm. And this pouch compared to this superficial perineal space is closed behind and also in the front. If you see in the front also it is closed, and in the behind also it is closed. So that is the main difference between the superficial perineal pouch and the deep perineal pouch. The contents, how you have to understand in this is, first you have to understand here on either, I will again tell a little part about this. In the anal triangle, on either side of the ischial tuberosity, what I have put my forceps, this is the ischioanal fossa. So this is the ischioanal fossa. The contents from the, we have learnt what are the pin structures in the gluteal region. What are the pin structure? Pudendal nerve, internal pudendal artery. They come through this pouch, then they enter the superficial perineals. From this ischioanal fossa, they come through the pudendal canal, then they enter the deep perineal space, they pierce the perineal membrane, then the remaining structures enter the superficial perineal pouch. The students have to learn the structures in the deep perineal space and the structures piercing the perineal membrane and the structures in the superficial perineal space in this way. First they have to know the structures passing through the pudendal canal, which is present in the ischioanal fossa. They are the pin structures. Then they will enter deep perineal space, then the perineal membrane, then the superficial perineal space. Along with the muscles present in the perineum, they have to learn. I hope you should have understood this pelvic diaphragm and little about the anal triangle. More detail about the two spaces I have told in this video. For the detailed description, you see the perineal pouches and ischioanal fossa, these two videos in the channel. Thank you.